Going into an asteroid field.
It's crazy to follow us, wouldn't it?
I didn't have to do this to impress me.
Sir, the possibility of successfully navigating an asteroid field is approximately 3,720 to 1.
Never tell me the odds.
It's Matty and Patty, coast to coast from Brooklyn. Oh, excuse me. Welcome to the special NBA Finals postgame edition of the Cleveland Sports Hour. We are two self-aware but unapologetic homers who spend far too much time watching, reading, and thinking about the defending 2016 NBA World Champion Cleveland Cavaliers. So if you like the informed, intelligent Cleveland fans' perspective on all things, you have come to the right place. From Brooklyn, this is world champion Patrick McMenamin. In San Francisco, I am joined by world champion Matt Younger. Say hello, champion.
Hello, champ. How you doing, buddy?
All right. I keep forgetting that I changed the order of the intro there, and I always want to go straight to personal introduction.
I know, old habits.
But, you just got to be disciplined. Got to introduce the podcast concept first. We'll know why to care about who we are. These are details. So never tell me the odds. That's sort of how I feel after game two. This is essentially the odds we're facing. This is, we're essentially just traveling into an asteroid field because we have no other options. We have no better options. That's what it feels like, game playing against the Warriors right now.
Yeah.
The Mavs are basically having to choose between going into a bunch of starter spells that will destroy them in 2 minutes, or correct course and go into an asteroid field, which will, and pick your poison. But I don't know. I mean, I just feel weird after this game in a sort of confusing way. Matt, how do you feel about this?
Not good.
Your general feeling? Are you despairing? Are you resigned? Do you have quiet defiance, irrational confidence? So what's going on?
I think I feel.
It's a long pause.
Yeah, God. I was going to say resigned.
So you're feeling resigned. You're in the resignation phase.
I think so. I mean, I think this is exactly how I felt last year after game two.
Yeah, I felt even more. I definitely felt resigned last year. I mean, as we talked about last podcast, I felt I felt it was appropriate to go out to a social event, for the start of game three.
Yes.
Watch on my phone. That was the level of confidence that I had. I think this time around, because the Cavs already have their championship.
That certainly makes things easier.
The Warriors will have always won a 3-1 lead. Adding Kevin Durant again just makes it permanent that Warriors team couldn't beat the Cavs and blew a 3-1 lead. That Warriors team is not as good as the Cavs. It never was. It never will be. That at least is in the books. So that aside, it doesn't matter much what happens. It'd be great to win. I don't like watching the Warriors win anything because they don't deserve it. But they don't deserve any happiness in their lives.
We want all the bad things in the world to happen to them and only to them.
Yes. So given that, it's the same situation, but this time I feel like I'm looking more clearly in the one thing I will say I don't like. I just don't like the way it looked. It looked really easy for the Warriors. Everything's going to be going right for them. And they got a lot of easy looks, which we got a lot of hard looks, and we get fouled and we make the basket anyways, but we wouldn't get the call, and so then there's no and ones, there were no, or we'd miss it, and all of a sudden it was just a breakaway, even though we had this great offense, but it's really tough shots we have to commit. I think our shots are harder. That's a bad thing in the long run. But I don't know, the feeling on the numbers, the feelings in the game plan that we put into place, I know we lost by 19 points, right? But I don't know. That felt like a winnable game plan to us, and they just shot the lights out, and we didn't. That's something that is correctable. It's something that can regress to the mean in both directions. And but The key going into this matchup, and I'll stop my ramble. We talked about was we have to come out of these first two games not necessarily with a win, but with a game plan to win. Right?
Yes. And you feel like we're there?
I feel like we saw a good game plan that can win. The downside is like, Jesus, everything, you can still lose by 19 points with that game plan. When the Warriors hit everything that are terrible shots, but they hit them anyways at a ridiculous and unsustainable clip, even for those guys. Unsustainable clip, and it should progress to the mean, but even then, something else could happen. That's how deep this team is. There's another crazy stat they can do that will foil our plans. So that's the downside. But I don't know. I feel like things are not completely fucked yet. They're getting closer. There's no room for error. And I still hate our chances. But again, don't tell me the odds. The odds are terrible for the Cavs winning this series. You knew that going in. So it's all a question.
That's true.
Yeah. The other thing is we've taken off the board the worst possible outcome. So the worst possible outcome is already off the board, Matt.
That's true.
We cannot blow a 3-1 lead. That is Golden State Warriors specialty.
That is true.
And Kevin Durant specialty. We can't do that. But
it's all upside.
It's all upside from here. The last thing that can still happen is they can go 16-0 in the playoffs, and that would suck. That would really suck. So hopefully the Cavs can pull out one here, and we'll take it step by step. Take it from there. All right, so slightly more order tonight. Matty, let's start with the kill list, and then we'll get into the key moments that find the Cavs facing these asteroid odds in another 2-0 hole of the NBA Finals. Matty, has your kill list changed? How was it affected tonight?
I don't know that it changed. I mean, again, blowout losses make it harder for me, I think.
Yeah.
It's just harder to get worked up about stuff. Draymond was pretty objectionable today. I don't know how he doesn't get teed up.
Unbelievable. Every single time he's screaming in their ears, and they just all of a sudden for these they're calm and collected. But if JR does it, Jesus, he gets teed up in a second.
He is. I said this to the people I was watching with. I was like, he's really moved the Overton window on acceptable behavior in an amazing way.
It's amazing,
right? Like he is just able to get away with more.
100%. It's insane, and he should be teed up regularly. He should be teed up every single game until he shuts the fuck up.
So I think Dre's 1, Steph 2 with a bullet. I don't like prancing. Steph is not my favorite. KD, I think is 3 for me now. He was doing his fake tough guy thing, which I don't care for.
No.
I don't like it at all. There's a lot of front running.
David West for me big time.
Yeah, West is super objectionable.
A lot of bullshit from that fucking front runner.
Yeah,
front runner pussy who is another fake tough guy. He's rough, got sharp elbows. So I guess he's big, so he's got that going for him.
He might be an actual tough guy, Patty.
What the fuck has he ever done though?
As a player, you mean?
He's an all-star, but he chased one championship and then went to the other next team. He's another KD who just goes to the you can't beat him, join him. There's just no glory in that. Like you can't be a tough guy.
Well, I mean, he's at the end of his career chasing titles. I don't know.
I'm just bitter that he didn't chase a title with the Cavs when we could have used a big guy.
Yeah, we can agree that I think he's in the top 5. I think they got the big 4 and then him. Pachulia didn't do anything to enrage me today. Iggy didn't really.
Best players, or you mean kill list wise?
Kill list.
Oh, sure. Yeah. He's easily the top 5.
I think it's the big 4 and him.
Iguodala didn't do anything really today, so he was kind of invisible.
Yeah. And Matt Barnes wasn't in there to make me mad, so yeah, I'd say that. But again, outside of Draymond just being typical Draymond, no, I don't know.
Curry was man. I want to kill Curry. Curry was feeling himself. He had that dribble moment where he finally scored on LeBron and didn't get smacked down. So and then he was feeling himself and talking tough and making weird grimaces. He didn't know how to meme up. He makes this weird face, big ugly face.
Yeah, that was the people I was watching with objected to him the most, I would say.
Mm-hmm. You watching with Cavs fans? I take it.
Yes. Yeah. No. He walks on water. If you're speaking of which, you see that fucking. I don't know if that aired in your market. There was a Kaiser Permanente ad with him. There was like a water themed again. Did that air where you were?
Water ads for him. It's crazy.
It's very strange.
Very strange.
Yeah.
Well, what was it? I didn't see it. What was
I think it's. I mean, it's just a general Kaiser commercial. I couldn't really follow it, honestly. I think some of the implication was that he was maybe getting some sort of water treatment, which I don't really understand. It was not very literal.
Water treatment?
I'll put it that way. Yeah. It was weird.
Well, I think what we can do is we can use the same logic against the Warriors and say, we kind of clearly twisted his ankle a little bit in the end of the Eastern Conference Finals series. So, he's hurt. He's hurt. He's clearly playing hurt. He's clearly playing hurt. Obviously. And they can only beat the Cavs when Kyrie's hurt.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. And so are the Warriors and their fans. Draymond did enough, I think, to stay number one, but Curry's number two for me for sure. Durant.
He's pissing me off.
Yeah, Durant 3, West 4, and then what? Is it Clay and
Clay?
5? Clay. Yeah.
Clay 5.
Yeah.
Easy.
Have you seen these ads, the WNBA ads? Where all the NBA players talking about how much they love the WNBA.
Yes, totally disingenuous.
Most of the guys are saying, not all of them, but most of the guys, are saying legit things about them. Kyrie naming 2 players off bat, like that he watches and he admires, right?
Yeah.
The line ahead instead is, you know what? I even learned some stuff from them sometimes. The most backhanded, condescending shit I've ever seen. And they go to Clay, and Clay's fucking asleep. You can't even see his fucking eyes. Assholes. Misogynists is what they are. I just think this is true. I think it's undeniable. And, if you're a Golden State fan, you
gotta look at yourself in the mirror.
Look at yourself in the mirror. You like what's a misogynist, is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
We're condescending to women. That's all I'm saying. All right. So the 5 keys we've been picking out for this series, sort of unintentionally, but these are the 5 that we nailed on. Why don't we walk through them and see what the checklist is like and whether we should feel good or bad about the game? That seems like a structured way to go about things.
Yeah, it's a good exercise.
So, my first one was LeBron, Kyrie, and TT need to be magnificent. Feel like that's kind of a yes, LeBron? Kind of?
I mean, Kyrie? He had it.
No, TT.
I mean, LeBron had a triple-double. He was 12 of 18 from the field. 4 turnovers, which isn't great, but isn't horrendous. 3 steals, a block. That's pretty freaking good.
It was a pretty freaking great game. I mean, it wasn't like that perfection of shit because he didn't have the. He was better on defense this game, but he had some bad moments.
Yeah, he fell asleep a few times.
Fell asleep a few times, a bit too hard on certain plays. Like, I mean, the reason Steph was able to get in the lane for that shot was LeBron had to bite on his pump fake. I mean, he stayed low. It's good defense, but he gave Steph enough of an opening, and then the shot went in.
Yeah, but yes, I agree. He was pretty good. Kyrie, 8 of 23 from the field, which is not great.
Yep.
2 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals.
He was just like yesterday, just like game 1. Some good moments, a lot of bad moments.
Yeah, it feels like Clay is really in his dome right now.
Clay's playing good defense, and that is enough. It's enough you can say about if you can play good defense one-on-one with Kyrie, that's fucking great. Yeah. But honestly, what he's doing is he's playing great defense, and he's not on an island. Like the Warriors aren't putting him on an island, and Kyrie's not making them pay because they're playing a really smart,
Mm-hmm.
helping scheme that when he funnels into a certain area where he can't pass out. And Kyrie realized that and fake him out of his fucking shoes to get to the area where he can make them pay. And that's the problem I keep finding is that when we have a few actions we're doing on offense time, particularly in the half court, which is why, again, I double down on Ty Lue being like, he's right. We do need to push the pace. I think that strategy is still good for us. Because in the half court, half the time we get opportunities, we seem surprised. Like Tristan would get the ball occasionally and wouldn't know what to do with it because he was not expecting it there. Even though he had a great look at the basket, but he didn't know what to do with the ball because he wasn't expecting it. And I think a lot of times guys aren't expecting what they've got. And they're hesitating. Because they aren't. In the same way I said they hesitated on defense in game one. Game two, they seem to know what they wanted to do. Game two, the defense was much better. We'll come back to this again, but I'll jump ahead to it. Matty, do you have in front of you the 3-point statistics? Because they were crazy. Like, the Warriors shot the fucking lights out of the gym, and they had a couple of open shots as they should, and they're a great 3-point shooting team. They had a lot of terrible, stupid shots.
The Warriors shot 42% from three.
How many threes?
43. They were 18 of 43.
18 of 43. 18 threes, and we hit, 7 threes?
We were 8 of 29, and one of those was Derek Williams in garbage time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's actually the difference in the game.
Yeah, Kevin Love 2 of 7, LeBron 1 of 3, Kyrie 2 of 6, JR 0 of 2.
Can't win like that. The Cavs can't win if they're missing threes.
No, they were getting some open looks too.
They were, and that's what I go back to. That's what I go back to find positivities. These guys had open shots. Most of those shots weren't contested. We hit, and I feel like we hit like half our contested shots. That was the crazy thing. I feel like we hit half our contested shots. We just missed all the open ones. You hit those open ones, and we're in this game. The Warriors, every time because we made that was another encouraging. The Warriors gave us 6 body blows throughout the game. We came back from almost all of them until late in the third quarter. We couldn't get closer than 10 points. We may have even gotten in below 10 points, but we came back again and again and again. It's just they kept going on those runs, hitting those threes, and that's.
And our offense we went through a couple scoreless periods, and we just can't have those.
We really can't.
Can't afford it.
So,
Patty, just on our first point about LeBron, Kyrie, and TT needing to be great. How many rebounds do you think TT had?
God, I have no idea. He vanished again. I think I know the answer to this. It's 4, right?
It is 4 rebounds.
Jesus, he's turning into Al Horford.
Yeah, it was not a great TT game. Only played 21 minutes. Weird Channing Frye minutes.
Tons of Channing.
Unexpected. 11 minutes he played. He didn't look good to me.
No. I mean, he could. I mean, our friend Skyler must be super happy. He was super happy in our texting chain. It did not go well.
No, he was terrible.
At the same time, I don't mind Lou throwing him out there. It's one of those things they aren't accounting for. It's another floor spacer. And against certain lineups, I don't mind throwing him out there some bench minutes.
No, he just played bad.
Yeah, he played poorly. He tried to put the ball on the floor. No, that's not your game, man. Just stay in the perimeter and let our guys run.
Yeah, Darren Williams didn't give us a lot. 3 assists.
Terrible.
0 of 5 from the field.
Not the right time for that, Darren. We need more from you.
No. We got 30 points from our bench. I mean, it's not terrible.
Well, and we got a lot.
Although some of that's garbage time.
Yeah, but we got a lot from Shumpert tonight. That was a big bright spot.
6 points.
6 points, but he was playing some great D. He was.
He had 3 steals.
He was able to play
4 boards.
Durant, and we let him go on an island. We started to do a little more of that, and we didn't help quite as much, but we did help a few times, and almost always when we helped, they punished us. The other time.
Yeah, that's true.
The times that Kyrie didn't help when he could have because he was on Draymond Green. If you're on a guy that we want shooting threes wide open, and Draymond hit a couple of threes early on, fine, I will live with that. I will live with Draymond Green hitting 6 or 7 threes a game. I will live with that. It sucks, but you'll live with it. You gotta
Yeah, I
let
think that's right.
that dude is a brick fucking monster. He's terrible form. Over time, that's going to balance out. And he's hit a ton of threes in the playoffs so far. He's due to regress to the mean. The way Kevin Love has this series, he's been regressing to the mean with his three-point shooting. He was shooting like 48, 50% from the three-point range in the playoffs so far. You knew it was going to come back down. It's going to happen to Draymond. You know, these are things you have to just rely on and believe in the odds gods, you know. But don't tell me about the odds, though.
Right.
Never tell me about them. So I don't know. So it feels like we got like 1.5 out of that first one.
I don't know if I'm willing to give Kyrie the half.
But honestly, the answer is no. LeBron and Kyrie alone were not both magnificent.
No.
He was terrible. So that comes off as a no.
Yes.
Number 2, Kevin Love. Good. Right?
Well, I mean, he shot well. He was 12 of 23, although just 2 of 7 from 3 and missed a couple of wide open ones. He only had 7 rebounds.
That's not great. Wait, if he had 7 rebounds and Tristan had 4, it was LeBron, I guess, who had like 11 or 12 rebounds, but who else getting rebounds?
LeBron had 11. Nobody else had more than 4.
So that scheme we're talking about is still somehow keeping Kevin Love and TT away from the basket on shots.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yep.
That's bad. I mean, part of it, though, don't you think, how many rebounds did Golden State get because of crazy bounces? Like long rebounds that went right to the guy.
Yeah, I did feel like the Warriors were a little luckier than us tonight.
I don't think that's crazy. I think there's a ton of unlucky rebounds. They got 2 or 3 in a row. So then they get like, you know, so when you get shots to the basket, here's the 3-pointer from Klay Thompson or Steph Curry.
Yes, that's the one. There's one that Klay hit the 3 on. I'm thinking of specifically that was just a bad beat. What are you gonna do?
There was 2 bad beats, like that same possession. It's like,
yeah,
we get so many of those, and we got none of them. It's terrible, and I don't know what to do about that. I don't know if that's scheme or if it's just luck. It feels like
I think that's luck, and you hope that balances out.
But that's 2 games in a row where they get a ton of those possessions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think there's at least 6 or 7.
Some of it is as effort too.
But effort, or the more that we're so drawn, play to the max that, you know, when those rebounds go up, we kind of let down a little bit for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's one where, like, you know, Kyrie nearly had a steal, 3-pointer. Should have been a steal. He just reacted to it too late.
Yeah. But, you know, in general, I think I will take how Love played tonight.
Yeah, I count as a yes. That is good. 8 rebounds from him. If TC was getting 11 rebounds, you know,
right?
That's a great combo.
No, if you told me before the game Love's going to score 27, I'd feel pretty good.
Next one, can the Cavs make Steph work on D? No, I don't think we
No.
do. And the Warriors have a scheme. I don't know how to break it, but they're keeping him away from picks. They're keeping us from they're sparing him.
Yeah.
Maybe spare Kyrie a little bit. And that allows him to be great in the other end. That's really what it is. It's not the fucking bullshit injury. It's that we can't punish him through a million screens. So I don't know what to do about that, but that's a big
that's a no, and I don't know how to fix that either.
That's one thing we got to find a way to fix. If we can't fix that, there's going to have more crazy moments like this.
Yeah.
I mean, we might get lucky that he'll not make these shots, but he's got to get tired. He's got to feel exhausted. Motherfucker was taking a nap on the sidelines, if you saw that late in the game.
Yeah, they did.
Asshole. The other thing is baiting Katie and Steph into iso ball, kind of. We did that a little more. I feel like we didn't do it entirely, but like I thought that was more of a yes. That was good. And I still think that was part of the game plan. It was good. It was working. And I think we got to keep pushing for that.
They were a combined 20 of 39.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
But a lot of those shots, I feel like each of them had 6 shots that were ridiculous shots over guys who were guarding them tight.
Yeah, I mean they're really good, right? Like,
really good. I mean, yeah.
At a certain point, if they're going to hit those shots, you're sunk.
Yeah, exactly. especially if we're not going to have the requisite Kyrie LeBron games.
Right.
On the other end.
That's right.
A couple of times Kyrie was like gives great shake and bake, and then all of a sudden this 7-footer leaches out and blocks a shot or bothers a shot. Like they have a 7-footer that's not a center or even a power forward on their team.
Yeah, Durant was good tonight, man.
Yeah. It's easy to be good in that team when you're Kevin Durant. When you don't have to be the most important player on that team, even though you are the best player on that team. Jesus.
God. It's tough. It's as tough as we knew it would be, Patty.
It was. Exactly. It is. We also won the possession battle, as I think you pointed out early on. Or maybe this is before we started potting, but we won the possession battle, right? Or did we? Wrong.
Well, I mean, we turned the ball over way less than them.
So did we get more shots? I think we got more shots than they did, right?
We had 100 field goal attempts, and they had 89.
Oh, good. That's good, except that
they shot 24 free throws to our 19.
Yeah.
So that's really 2 possessions if you think about it from those 6 that they shot from Curry 3-pointers.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we had more. Still had more field goal attempts than them, even with that factored in.
I'm shocked we got 19 free throws, but that somebody else is pointing out that basically we weren't allowed to touch Steph, but everybody else was able to be mauled. Apparently,
it did feel that way.
Yeah, that both ways. Like they didn't call us super tight on everybody else in Golden State. But Curry got called crazy tight. And that worst thing of like that bullshit 3-point shot they called from the half court line. Like, don't fucking do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's just not. I feel in the baseball playoffs last year when they were reviewing the slides at steals at second when the guys would lose contact briefly with the bag. You're like, all right, I mean, I guess technically, but come on.
That's bull.
Right? It's the same thing. He's not shooting it from out there.
Don't do that from the 3-point line. Like, just have a what do you call it? The back of the envelope. Like, you're not doing that here. That same exact motion inside the 3-point line or right around the 3-point line, fine. It's legitimate, but you would never be taking that from half court in mid dribble unless you just got fouled and decided to gather the ball and shoot it. If they did it later and didn't call it, and it was like a less egregious version of this exact same play, and the announcers called it. So,
yeah, Van Gundy was pissed about that.
Yeah, he should have been. And then, that's the point. But so despite those 5 things, we got like what was that? 3 out of 5.
Yeah, if we say love the ISO.
Good. The ISO, we won the possession battle.
Yep.
We didn't make step work on D, and we didn't get LeBron, Kyrie, and TT Magnificent. And the thing is, at the end of the day, the most important one of the 5 keys didn't happen, which is that LeBron and Kyrie and TT were not magnificent.
Yes.
Because I still feel like even if LeBron and Kyrie are amazing, we can win, but it's still hard unless TT is like a beast. He's not been a beast. And I don't know if it's just the scheme and the plan. So the encouraging thing is I feel like we got fewer holes. Last game, right? Game 1, we didn't get any of the 5. I don't think we got a single one of the 5, right?
Yeah, I think that's right.
TT, Kevin Love weren't good. We didn't make step work on D. We didn't bait them into ISO ball. We lost possession battle. We lost all 5. Hey, progress, Matty. 3 of 5. 3 of 5.
At this rate, Patty.
We're on the cusp, Matty. 3 of 5. Now they got 2 more days.
If my math's right, we're going to have 6 of 5 next time. I think that's how that works.
Things to work on. TT, which is, again, I think it's more. I think TT's poor play is not so much him as much as the schematics, like what we're doing on offense and defense that are getting out of this game. Like Mr. Kevin Love, but like we got to get them. We got to get TT down on the basket, find ways for him to wreak havoc and just focus on not scoring, but passing the ball. And when he's going to be scoring, when he's going into the basket area, we have to have a specific plan for him to score as opposed to catching the ball and being like, I don't do this,
Yep.
If we trust him with certain things around the basket, let's give it to him. So I don't know. Those are 2 things we got to work on. But Meantime, and then the 3-point shooting was the real difference. If we hit those 3-pointers, this is a tight game. This is a game that's within 5 or 7 points, and the whole point again is if you hit those threes, a lot of the long rebounds don't turn to other points at the other end, so it might even be closer. It's one of those things that it's like it's not just the 3 points you're missing; it's the flow of the game that you're missing. You hit those threes, and all of a sudden it takes away a lot from there. It's like the whole offense is your best defense thing.
Yeah,
I think the game is super close if we hit 14 threes. 15 threes. You hit a few more of those, and we had 29. Yes, so we're getting closer to the 40% range we could be with all the wide open shots we got. With these wide open shooters, this historic 3-point shooting team, this game is a really tight game.
Yeah,
that's with Golden State hitting all these ridiculous shots. That's the point. They're getting ridiculous shots. We were missing wide open ones. At the end of the day, that's the whole game. Make them mislead. But, that's something to look at and say, we still have a chance. Never tell me the odds.
right. And that's something that can flip.
Yeah, exactly.
Flip real fast.
Matt, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm all talked out. You know what else to say?
I don't know. I mean, I don't have a whole lot to add here, right? Like this is, we said it. This is always going to be hard. The Warriors have looked really good. I think the thing to rely on is this is more or less how we felt last year at this time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
After those first 2 games, it didn't feel like we could be on the court with them. We were just going to get run.
Yep.
Didn't have a chance. And things flipped. So you can flip things on Wednesday, Patty.
Say again, Matty?
Let's see if we can flip things on Wednesday.
Let's see if we can flip things Wednesday. One thing I think I'm going to do tonight before I go to bed, I think I might go on the iTunes app and I might buy Game 3. 2016.
Why not?
Fun experience.
At a bargain rate.
Yeah. $3.
How could you not? Can't afford not to buy that.
I'm going to sleep like a baby after I watch that.
That's right.
All right. So all I can think to say after all that, after I'm all talked out, is we got to figure out a way to scheme TT to be a difference maker. Because if he can't be on the floor for 30 minutes a game, if we're choosing to put him,
we're fucked.
In this game, we're fucked. TT. Matt Moore from CBS put him as I think the number 2 most important Cavs player.
Yeah.
Not that he's a better player than anybody else, but he's the most important to the series. And I think he's right. If they found a way to scheme him out, we gotta counter it somehow.
Yep. Totally agree.
And I think it starts as being much handsier and forcing the refs to keep fucking calling those bullshit fouls. If they do that, they're gonna have a hard time not calling it for us in the red.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I think even though they call tight fouls earlier, so we decided to play the game a certain way, we gotta still be handsier.
Yep.
That might be a big key. So.
Here.
All right, that does it for the Cleveland Sports Hour, this special NBA Finals postgame edition. Until next time, this is Matty Patty saying...
Friendship.
Yep.